Hey you guys, so today we are making highly graphic earrings out of leftover jewelry components. Let's get after it.
So I know it has been 20 million years, but I'm here today, Freedom Friday. What does that mean? Freedom from real estate this morning. Anyway, who am I? I'm Garlinda Price. You already know that. And I am the owner of Fusion Properties LLC, real estate and construction company here in North Carolina. But as a art form of therapy, and I just say that because I love making jewelry, right? I'm a jewelry designer by heart, by nature for over, now it's been, let me see, I'm 52. Y'all cannot do the math, but since I was 19, I've been designing jewelry. And so I'm just so blessed when I do have the opportunity to come here and share with you. I was hoping to be able to just come 2 times a week like I had been doing, but God has really been blessing my business. So as you know, while the portals of heaven are open, we got to be doing the work of the Lord. I mean, we got to do the work of the Lord anyway, but you know what I mean. While the blessings are flowing, we have to be in the vein. So the idea that the Lord blessed me with this morning, because I was like, Lord, I have time this morning because I decided to take the morning off from real estate. So what is we going to do? And the Holy Spirit gave me the idea to refurbish some pieces of jewelry, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. Do you have like maybe unfinished art on your table or unfinished pieces of jewelry that you were working on and you just didn't do anything with? And so I had this entire bag of previously painted pieces of wood, right? So many of them, let me just pull some of them out. I have some butterflies that I had painted. I had tons of hearts that I had painted, the fronts and the backs. And what else do I have? More hearts. I have some Mickey Mouse ears, which you can't even find anymore. So I've been really putting off messing with those because I know once I create them and if I sell them, I won't be able to find them anymore for a while. So I've been wanting to hold on to the Mickey ears. I had some previously painted hearts. You saw me do the earrings where these were actually shorts and they were kind of like cute bootylicious earrings, adorable. And just tons of stuff in my little goodie bag, but lots of hearts. I had some crosses. And so I have just a menagerie of items that are waiting and calling out my name to be made into, oh, sorry y'all. Waiting to be made into jewelry. Let me adjust y'all back in the cup. Okay, so these are the ones that I picked out and said we're gonna actually refurbish them. And my design, my design idea, my desire is for these to be like fall earrings. And so to bring them in sort of a fall theme. I don't know what that looks like, to be honest, but we're gonna figure it out as we go along. You know how we do. So what else are you gonna need? You're gonna need some earring hooks, and you are gonna need some jump rings of various sizes. And what else might you need? You're gonna need some of the little backs. Now I use the protective earring backs. You can use whatever ones you want. I know they have the flat backs, but the post backs that look like this. But I don't like that kind, only because I have longer ear holes, and so this is just what I use. Now if you want to have any that hang or some type of dangle from your earring, which would be pretty cool. I'm not saying we're not going to do that, but I don't have an idea to do that so far. These are going to be clip-ons, posts, and hook earrings. But if you wanted to dangle something from them, then you'll need some head pins and some eye pins. You will also need your tools. So you have the round nose pliers. Oh, for some reason I have 2 pairs of those out. Round nose pliers, and then your flat nose pliers. And then of course, I don't have access to my wire cutters because you're in the cup and the wire cutters are in the cup. So anyway, that's what you would need if you're going to use the head pins and the eye pins. And so I also had made my bracelets. I'm not great at making the stretchy bracelets. They tend to break every now and again. But anyway, these are just some bracelets I made one day because I wanted some and I wanted to layer them. So that one says beautiful on one side, president on the other side, serious on this side, and this side says future. I got these sweet little word bars from Michaels. So you're also going to need a paintbrush because you may not be able to see it off camera or from the distance, but these were painted before, so they're all matted and ratted kind of because they were getting scratched up against other items in the bag. So we're actually going to repaint these. I'm not sure I'm not going to use those same colors because again, I mentioned that we wanted to do a fall detail. And then these are all white. So I'm thinking that I want to do like a black and white striped design. I think that'll be pretty cool. And then what else? We have these that we had painted before. I'm kind of in the mood to do like some circles hanging that way. Just not sure of the design yet. So let's do that together. But each of these was already painted on each side. And so we're going to have to repaint them if we want to turn them into something really great. And then we have these kind of mix and match pieces. So I'm big on like post earrings for the fall and winter. So what I'd like to do is insert some of the trends here for jewelry. And let's see if we can find any hand design jewelry trends, which is kind of challenging because I doubt they do a lot of hand design jewelry on the runways. But let's see what we can find that we can insert here, and then let's get to designing together. So you go get your tools. I'm going to have my tools. And shout out to my sister in Christ. She said she is afraid to paint. Honey, you are so creative and talented at everything. I already know you can paint. So let's do it together. And guess what? It's paint, not concrete. So we can always paint over it if we don't like it, like we're doing with these. Let's get you guys. So I seriously I searched hand painted jewelry 2020. Hi, sweetheart. Handmade jewelry 2020. Hand design jewelry runway 2020. Fall 2021 trends, handmade jewelry. Absolutely nothing. That's an opportunity. So for many of you that maybe are aspiring jewelry designers and want to get your work out there, I mean, you could really make a killing. Statement jewelry, when you Google it, it's always old things that come up, like old videos. I mean, y'all, if you are wanting to be a jewelry designer, I'm just sharing with you there's some opportunity out there. So I don't know why I picked that up. But anyway, so of course, you know, we're going to probably be accessorizing many of the items that we're working on and creating. And even though butterflies may seem like a spring-like item, I mean, I don't know. Why not? Who said you can't do butterflies in the fall and winter? I mean, they still fly around. I see them all over the side of the road. I'm like, what are y'all doing out here? Right? So these are just a whole bunch of different little stickers and doodads that you already know I have, that I got from, or that I get from the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Michael's. So we have all different kinds. And so just be thinking about what you want your design to look like. So I'm just going to be going through my bag. A lot of stuff is stuck together. Going through my bag and picking out different things that I may want to use that are similar to fall. But of course, that won't make the earrings so heavy. I'm also feeling like I want to make some statement necklaces or some statement jewelry. So stay tuned for a video like that, you know, maybe in the future, because that's going to entail me really coming up with some ideas and putting things together. But I just wanted to pull out a few, sorry about that, a few stickers and things you could add that you have laying around that would make some really incredible earrings. And so I'm thinking, I was saying fall, but I don't know. I'm kind of like thinking rock and roll. I don't know. I saw these stars. I saw the glitter stuff. I see the white. I'm thinking I want to do black and white. So I don't know. I'm thinking that I'm going to do some far out kind of unique design. It's probably not going to be fall related. I changed my mind midstream because I was like, I'm not a fan of brown and orange. I mean, it's okay, but I don't know if I'm going to go that route. So stay tuned. Let's figure out what we're going to do. I know we're going to be painting on these pieces, so I'm going to go get the paints. I forgot to tell you that's what you're going to need. So pick out your favorite color paints. Think about what you want your palette to look like. And listen, this is art. And one thing I have been as a designer all this time is I do what I like. And so, you're not trying to appease a certain audience. So paint what you love, create what you love, and there are people out there that are your tribe and they're gonna love it too. So let me go grab the paint and we're gonna get okay, you guys, so I decided that we're gonna do one pair at a time. So I don't know if you've ever seen my video, and I always forget to insert them here. I'll do my best to remember or put the link in the description box, where we used tape to create lines on the jewelry. So what we did was we taped off the jewelry in a way that it left a portion of the paint exposed. So that way we could make lines across the jewelry. So I envision this pair being like black and white checkered, or some type of black and white line design. So these lines may be a little bit wider than I want. So I'm going to shorten them while we're on here, because I'm like, that's wider than I want. Almost like the Beetlejuice black and white. I saw the Beetlejuice design, like the Beetlejuice sand snakes. I don't know how many of y'all have seen that movie. I saw them in somebody's yard up in the Haymount Hill area where we live. Well, we don't live in Haymount Hill. I'm prophesying that though. But they have the Beetlejuice yard decorations. It was so funny. So anyway, so I think even for the stars, I may move the tape a little bit inward that way. So hopefully you can see that. But it left that part exposed down the middle so that I can paint black in there. So let me line this one up with that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to paint that black because I want to have a black and white design. And I'm thinking like a Metallica type theme, like a rock and roll theme with maybe some of these, with some of the stars, with some rhinestones. So I really want these to be like rock and roll. So I'm not sure if they're going to be clip-on or flat back pierce. Probably won't hang just because I'm not sure of the weight of them after I put everything on there. So let me make sure I got the tape lined up properly. So, and I mean, you can fix the stripes. So let's say you don't get them perfectly even with the paint, but at least press the tape down so you don't have any bleeding of the paint onto the areas that you don't want it on. Let's see. This one isn't matching up. I just noticed that. So, what are y'all doing today? It's so, oh my gosh, when I tell y'all fall came in like, hey boo. The weather is so gorgeous. It is so incredible. And I'm not even an outdoorsy girl, y'all. I'm scared of worms. But nevertheless, my husband wants to go hiking. I'm like, hiking where? I'm like, they still got worms in the woods. What are we talking about here? But he and my 14-year-old want to be outside. And he was talking about doing a camping trip. And my sister, I have a twin sister, I told y'all that. And she went glamping for our birthday with her husband. And so they were like, y'all should go. When I hear glamping, I hear hotel. When I hear glamping, I'm like, are we in an RV? And if so, who's dumping the poop out the RV? Of course, I've never been on one, but I'm sure you got to dump that stuff. I was like, I ain't doing that. But anyway, at some point, I have a feeling that I'm going to end up on a camping trip and I'm going to record it. But you guys, I assure you, I'm going to be inside. They said, well, there's potential for more bugs inside. I'll take that risk. But anyway, let's get to paint. Of course, for the designs we're going to make today, you're going to need your favorite paint, whatever you want to use. This is not my favorite paint. This is Craftsmart brand. It's very inexpensive. So, hey, I love inexpensive. So, I'm going to get this open and put some in a little spot. And then you're just going to need whatever your favorite paint brush is. And mine tend to be the ones with the square tip. And this is not a particular kind of brush. You can get brushes at Dollar Tree now. So we're just going to hold the item. And then we're going to paint across. Now, if you want, you can do the sides. You can always touch those up at the end. But because this is inexpensive black paint, it's probably going to need more than one coat. And what's cool about the tape being on here is the fact that you can actually tape it down to the table using the tape and it won't move. So I really don't have to put my finger on it. I could just press the tape down if I wanted to. So we're going to put a coat on here. Let the coat dry. And this is going to dry fairly quickly again because it's, excuse me, inexpensive paint. But we want it to dry really well so then we could put the tape down again to make the other lines or squares that we want to make, excuse me, for the design. Now, because this is a star and a heart, we have to figure out a way that we're going to connect these two. So we probably could do it using our drill. And somebody asked me if I had a link to the drill, but I don't. I got my drill, which is a Dremel 5400. I'll bring it over here. It's a Dremel Light, I'm sorry. And I use the 5/4 drill bit. The bits come separately. So when you buy your drill, I think it's like $49.99. My husband bought it for me at Lowe's. You may be able to find it cheaper on Amazon. But when I bought the drill, the bits that came with it are not the bits you're gonna need for jewelry making. They're not gonna work. They'll be, they're like a sander bit and all that kind. So anyway, make sure you buy the little extra pack of bits that's different sides, different head sizes, so you can do different jewelry and different things with it, okay? So just so you know that. But I think that based on the power of that drill. Like you could probably drill through seashells, wood, I would assume, you know, because it's a pretty strong drill. So let's let this dry, and then we'll come back and we'll do the lines the other way as well. And we'll get to designing this Metallica, this rock and roll earring. That's what I want this one to be, rock and roll. So I'm thinking in my mind, they're all kind of going to be different styles. Okay, you guys, so look how cute they came out, and it changed my whole direction of what we're going to do for the earrings. So we're gonna do like graphics, right? So I want to make them look like highly graphic. So I'm gonna I think I'm gonna do my best to keep these colors, but what I'm gonna do is, so these are already dry. So I want to get the other ones painted so then we can turn them into dynamic designs as well. But I like the idea of that black line and that hard line. So these are gonna be cute. So what I need to do is get these cleaned off and repainted the colors that we used on them, because they got kind of scratched up and scuffed up when they were in that bag that I showed you all. So I'm gonna get these cleaned off, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna just give them a fresh coat of paint, the colors that they already have on them, and then we're gonna tape them off and then do the black line. Let's go ahead and tape them off now and then do the black line. How about that? So let's do that, because the tape will take off some of the paint possibly. So I don't want to take off some of the fresh paint. So let's go ahead, and all I'm doing is just doing a tape where you can see I'm leaving the open space right there. I've already showed you how to do that. So we're gonna get them all taped off. That's gonna end up getting stuck to the table. But you want to make sure to match them up. One of my fingernails is wet because I tried to fix it before I got on here, so nobody be dogging out my nail polish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape that one down the way that I want to paint it. So, and I want to make sure I'm evenly putting the line on. Now you can fix the lines even afterwards, but I don't want to have to go back and do double work. But just know that you can fix the lines in the event it gets off somehow. I think I'm gonna turn it around so it's easier for me to line it up if it matches. So let's do it that way. Yeah, it's gorgeous outside here. What's the weather like where you are? So is it pretty outside? I think this one's off just a little. It feels like a crispy fall day here, which I love. Love, love, love the fall. So I'm not gonna bore you with me taping all of these, but I just wanted to show you again how I get the lines on. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape these so we can get the black paint done. Okay, you guys, so I got everything taped down, and what I did was I want to make sure the edges of all the tape is secure so it doesn't bleed underneath and we get like a perfectly straight line like we did on the hearts and the stars over there. So I'm just using black paint by Craft Smart, same one we just showed a minute ago, and I'm just using a regular straight line brush. Now you can do the black on the sides if you want to and cover up, you know, the color that's on the side over there. You don't have to. It might bleed under there a little bit if you get the sides, so maybe just leave it alone, but it's totally up to you. I'm gonna do mine just because I want it to be covered up on the edge where the black is. These are gonna be like awesome. I just got this idea while I was painting because I was like, you remember I was gonna do all these really different, but I'm like, ooh, I love that. It kind of gave me like that, I don't know, it puts me in the mindset of like traffic symbols, like overseas traffic signals. There was a game we used to play. Marvin, what was the name of that game? Do you remember? We used to play it with Mommy. It was a French card game.
French card?
Chevrolet or Frivole or something. I'm gonna have to look it up. Maybe one of y'all knows, but it was so fun. And they had like all these really cool street signs that were in different names, Italian and French and all this stuff. But that was the most fun card game. My mom used to love to play cards. Like, she's still living, but I mean, we don't play cards like we used to. I need to do that. Maybe on Thanksgiving we'll just have cards. But see, y'all, my mom is competitive. So when she's losing, she ain't a good loser. Is she, Marvin? My mama is not a good loser, y'all. So, Mommy, if you ever see this video, you know it's the truth. But anyway, so, y'all, we're going to let these dry. And then, of course, we have the other pair over here that we're going to get to working with. And, y'all, this is just some old Dollar Tree tape that you can use. And we're going to make sure that we're going to tape those off. And but because these are taped down to the paper, I'm going to have to let these dry first. And then we're going to touch back up over them, give them a really great coat. And I just love it. They're going to be so highly graphic and ear-popping showstoppers. I love it. I've not been great about getting things listed in my Etsy store, but I will get back on track with that. I decided I'm just not going to put pressure on myself. I'm going to do what I can while I can when I have breaks. And guess what? That means there'll always be meaningful surprises in there when I do get a chance to list in there. But we do have about 78 pairs of earrings over in there now. So there's tons of stuff in there you can shop for the holidays. And I'll put the link to the Etsy store in the description box, okay? So be right back. Let me let these dry. So let's take the tape up and see what it looks like. I realize I probably shouldn't have taped them so tight to the paper, right? But let's see. It might not be 100% dry, but the big reveal is always the fun part. Super cute. I love how these turned out. They are so cute. And taping it down to the table gave me control over the, you know, just the lines and everything. So, isn't the big reveal like the best part? I'm gonna still let them sit here and dry for a minute though. Cute. So this is just us doing all the components, you guys. I think I love how highly graphic they are. They are just gorgeous, right? So I think I know once we get them all zhuzhed up with all the little components that we're gonna be using, all the sparkly bits, they're gonna be fabulous. So now what I wanna do is I wanna go ahead and finish these that are sitting off to the side. So I'm not gonna bore you by watching me tape those. I'm going to get them taped up, get them painted, and then we'll be back for you to see the reveal on those, okay? Be right back. So although I know these two are different, I couldn't find the one that matched this one. I'm gonna look one more time to see if I can find the mate to either one of these, and if I can't, I'm gonna go ahead and put the black stripe on them and just paint this one red to match after. Hey, you guys, so I got everybody taped down, mission accomplished. And now we're just gonna paint their little hind parts. I really love this design aesthetic, because like I said, when I sat down initially, I was like, I have no clue what I'm gonna do. But I knew I wanted something really unique, and graphics, high graphic items, I feel like that's a big thing for this fall and winter. So I'm super excited about that. I wanted to go to the thrift store today, but I think they're all closing so early, you guys, and they're not even open on Sunday. I'm like, what the heck, Goodwill? But I don't know. North Carolina just moved to phase 3. I have no clue what that even means. But I could read about it. I saw my husband reading about it. So maybe they'll be staying open longer now. But I did see that. I know, and everybody's buzzing about that old crazy president of ours. No offense. I might cut that part out. But how do you have something for 72 hours and don't tell people? Like, what is really going on? Like, come on, man. Okay, so we got the coat of black on these. And so excited. These are gonna be so stinking cute. I just can envision even some of these little Goo Goo Gumdrops. I know that's not their name, right? These cute little colorful stickers I love. I only have a few stars, but I'm excited. I think some stars would be cute on here. And I wanted to buy some new doodads, but I don't want to be wasteful. I have so much stuff. I just can't even justify spending another dime on a sticker or a sticker component or an item. Like, it would be just a sin. But, because I just have so much stuff. But anyway, I'm trying to see what else I have over here. Just lots of good stuff. What's that? Ooh. You weren't supposed to do that. Just studs and stuff like that. So anyway, we're gonna give these a chance to dry, and I'm gonna check and see what time it is, see if I have time to run to the thrift store. But the one I want to go to is about an hour away, because I've already been to the two that we have here in our area, and they hadn't had any great stuff. I'm on the hunt for some shirts and what else? Some sweaters. I did find a few things, but nothing to write home to anybody about. But y'all, these are just so cutesy. Okay, so I was just touching up any I noticed had some things on. Okay, you guys, so let's take the tape off of these cuties. Ooh, that one kind of got a little wonky. But nevertheless, the show must go on, right? But still so cute, and no one knows. I mean, once we zhuzh them all up, again, it's art, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And I think they're really pretty. Ooh, those two got stuck together, so sorry about that. Here we go. Super cute. Looks like a caution sign, doesn't it? Super cute. Marvin just went to go walking. I got to work out too, but I did not feel like going walking. I've been doing like some short little weight videos, because my body type tends to prefer weights and strength training versus just straight cardio. I don't lose weight with just walking. Everybody's body's different. Look how cute they are. I totally adore these, how they came out. I'm gonna clean this paper, and we're gonna have a part 2 to the video because I feel like this is long enough. So part 2 will prayerfully come tomorrow. So you still have time to get all your doodads together for us to get some earrings made together. So these are our highly graphic printed earrings. And now all we have to do next is add all of the details. Look how cute. So totally love how they're turning out. Let's keep going. Part 2 tomorrow.